Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bourbon and Blunts, and this is the last episode of the 2023 year. And I feel like I sound like I'm on the radio.
You do sound like you're on the radio, buddy.
Welcome to Bourbon and Blunts.
Yeah.
We're gonna do voiceovers.
I know you keep saying this. I'm waiting for all my contracts to come through.
So I actually, because I'm tired of waiting for motherfuckers to draw, I started trying to draw some shit last night.
You did?
Yeah, I got like a book that shows you how to draw, like
Really?
the anime shit. So I'm gonna start practicing. I'll do it. If I can't get somebody to help and do it, I'll do it myself.
Do not ask me.
I'll do it myself, and I'll take 70% of the revenue.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just along.
Your voice talent.
I'm voice talent. That's
Voice
fine.
talent,
It's
yeah.
totally fine, buddy. That's totally fine. So, yes, everybody, this will be the last podcast for 2023, and we hope you all had a fantastic New Year. Go ahead, pal.
We are gonna do a little different episode today. We're gonna do the not words of wisdom.
No,
but,
we're gonna what's inside.
what's
you.
inside you. So the normal questions we're gonna ask, but then we're gonna spend some time towards the end, and we're gonna get a little deep.
Okay, I'm excited about this.
I'm gonna play some videos because we did this once before.
Yeah, and the audio got messed up.
It never aired
Yeah.
because of the audio problem.
Yeah.
But we're good now with audio. So we're gonna play some. I'm gonna talk about some quotes and some videos, inspirational shit to pick you up.
Yeah, maybe use some of those things for the new year.
Going into the new year, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get a little deep. We're gonna open up a little bit,
All right, I'm excited, pal.
and yeah. But first, it's time for.
What's inside you?
I might ask 3 questions. This might be a longer episode.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah. So you ready?
I'm ready.
And I want you guys to really think about these questions and drop some comments.
All right.
If poison expires, is it more poisonous or is it no longer poisonous? Right? It's a good fucking
That's
question.
a good question.
If poison
Poison
expires, does it get more poisonous or is it no longer poisonous?
I'm going to go with it becomes less poisonous for the fact that chemicals do degrade over time. And maybe the chemical properties, if it expires, the chemical properties seem to have degraded. So maybe they'll be less potent if they degrade. So I'm going to say it is less potent.
I'm going to say don't drink the shit either way.
Don't do it either way.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it becomes less. That's the question.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it becomes less potent.
A real answer is it would become less potent.
Yeah.
I think too. It would become less potent.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things we actually agree on.
I know. I wanted to say so. I felt weird agreeing with you just now.
That's okay. You're allowed to.
I didn't like it.
You're allowed to.
No, I didn't like it.
See, I think most of the time you don't agree with me because you just want to be disagreeable.
That's good content.
I
There
know.
has to be a yin and a yang.
I know. You are like the Darth Vader over there wearing all black Johnny Cash.
Don't fuck around, son.
But I will say it's okay to agree with each other.
I just did it.
I know. I appreciate it. Thank
The whole
you.
world saw
I
it.
know. Continue.
You ready?
Yes.
Do twins ever realize that one of them is unplanned?
I want to say no,
That's a
they don't.
Great fucking question.
Great question. Do twins ever realize one of them know?
What do you guys think? If you guys didn't laugh at that question, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Do one of the twins realize that one of them isn't planned?
Yeah.
I'm going to say they never thought about that.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think they ever
But if
thought
they
about
did,
Dude.
I'm going to present that. I'm going to put that shit on Twitter.
Well, you know what's- you
I'm
know-
going to put it everywhere on social media just so
Please-
people can start thinking about it.
Please do, because I have triplet cousins.
I got twins too. I'm going to tag them.
All right.
I'm going to tag them.
Oh, as a matter of fact, the triplet cousins, their father's wife, so their stepmom, she has twin boys. So they have triplets and twins. So I'm going to ask that. That's a great. You said your stepdad?
Twin cousins.
Your twin cousins?
Twin
Damn,
cousins.
damn.
Girls.
Were they there at Christmas?
No. They live up north, North
okay.
Jersey. That's whose house burned down.
Oh, down in
Fire
down
was
down
in-
the shore,
in
right?
Lavallette. Yeah, it was them.
that's
It was their
funny.
birthday party.
It sucks, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Anyways,
Yeah.
all right, give me your third
I'm
one.
gonna do
All
three
right,
questions
yeah,
because
you had-
these
you-
questions are pretty
you-
good.
you had a third
There's
one.
probably a lot of good ones
Yeah,
on here,
you had
but
a
we're only
third.
gonna do 3. Why is the letter W in English called double U? Shouldn't it be called double V?
That's a great question. I think it. I mean, W. Maybe it was originally written with
I gotta ask one more.
like 2 horseshoes.
Yeah.
not sharp lines. You know what I'm
It's how
saying?
the original W is written.
Exactly, with
Like a UU.
like W.
Maybe.
W.
Anybody know the answer to that?
That's bad. Yeah, right. Because how's is it double? Yeah, it is double U.
Double U.
Yeah, two U's.
is W.
Yeah.
That's why. But a W
Yeah.
looks like two V's.
That's because it's sharp when they're doing
correct.
it. But if you do it soft,
But it's not soft.
depends on the font.
It's never soft.
Depends on the font.
No, there's no V that's got a soft curve.
No, it's just V.
Yeah,
But what I'm
V has a
saying is
point.
W, depending on the font,
So
will be two U's.
I guess it could be.
It could be.
I guess
That's what
it
I'm
could
saying,
be,
and that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. When it was
in like a script.
when
maybe.
it was named,
maybe.
it probably looked that way.
What do you guys think? Let us know.
Yeah,
What do you
I'm
guys
going to
think?
say no. It should be W.
There's some good fucking quotes on this site I just found.
All right. Well, so I'll save them for next time.
I gotta do one more.
All right. Go ahead. Do one more.
It says maybe oxygen is slowly killing you, and it just takes 75 to 100 years to work. It's a good
Right?
one.
Maybe.
Maybe it is. Maybe oxygen is toxic to us.
I mean, it's not.
I know, but
Right. If you right, a little thought
without
experiment.
oxygen, we die in a couple minutes.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
exactly.
yeah. But anyways,
All right.
before you do your questions,
Go ahead, buddy. Do the unboxing.
let's do an unboxing. So I did get this from my nephew for Christmas.
So this is our new smoker that my man, Mr. Slang, got for Christmas from his nephew. What's your nephew's name, dude?
Bobby.
Oh, Bobby. Check this out. Hey, these are badass, man. Shout out to Bobby. Oh, look at it. We got multiple kinds. We got wood, got different oak wood chips,
flavors.
cinnamon, cherry. Oh, dude, he hooked us up. Even got ice balls. Hell yeah, man. Shout out to Bobby. All right. Shout out to Bobby. Okay. My first question for you, my man. What do you think of when you think of me?
Oh, this fucking guy again. Here we go again.
What do you think
Let's
of
talk about psychedelics.
when I call you? What do you think of?
First thought is, oh, it's Billy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the
All
first
right.
thought.
All right.
Usually first thought, oh, it's Billy.
Oh, okay. Is it an exciting thought?
No, I'm not
it
like,
neu-
oh, it's Billy.
No, I know. Is it neutral?
Yeah, it's neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, oh, Billy's calling.
Like joyous. Is it joyous? Do you think of joy when you
wouldn't go
think of
that
me?
far. I
What about
wouldn't.
happiness?
Are you trying to, you're pushing for like
I'm
an
just-
answer.
I'm asking for
you're
an emo-
pushing for an answer. There's no emotion.
There is no emotion.
No, it's just like, if I get this is driving,
Okay.
phone rings. Billy's calling.
You sound excited.
Yo, what up?
You excited?
Does this sound excited to you? Yo, what up?
It sounds like you're happy to hear from me.
Yo, what up?
I know that's how you talk, but I know what's behind that. Okay, that's fine.
Yo, what up?
That's fine. Can I say to you now? For you,
You get super excited.
no, I wouldn't say I get super excited, but I'm like, oh, Jeff's calling me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said.
But
I was like, oh,
but,
Billy.
but the feeling behind it is like, yeah, kind of happy. I always have nice conversations with you. We can always act like 5-year-olds and then switch into talk to
Yeah,
something
it's
serious.
not a negative feeling.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a happy feeling for me. Whatever.
It's cute.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Cheers. It's cute.
Cheers. Let's see. Okay, if you go to a restaurant and you get terrible service, is it okay not to tip?
Yeah.
Okay, why do you say that?
Why do I have terrible service? You expect a tip if you do a good job,
I understand.
right? You expect a tip if you have a good job. So if you do a terrible job,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming it's on purpose,
Maybe,
right?
maybe not.
If it's it depends. So if it's not on purpose, like the person is just clumsy, or
Maybe they're new.
or the kitchen's taking too long,
Right.
or they're
But
new.
you don't know this. You don't necessarily know this. You don't
You
know.
don't think you'd be able to tell?
You don't necessarily know.
I'll be able to know if somebody's new.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily know if the kitchen's taking too. Is it the kitchen?
But I'm the type of person that would bring up conversation about it.
Okay,
Like, if it was taking too long, I would be like, "What's the problem? You know, are you guys backed up?"
I got you.
And then I would get an answer whether he was new or something. So,
Right. I
But
see what you're
if I
saying.
knew he was new, I would still tip him. That
Okay.
changes things for me. If he's doing that shit on purpose, and fuck no, you ain't getting
Right,
no
but
tip.
you don't. What if you can't perceive that they're doing it all? You don't know why the exact reason is.
I would ask.
You would ask.
But let's just say, for the sake of the
just,
content,
just
I'm not asking.
let's just say you're not asking.
Is it okay to tip then?
Is it okay to? It's okay to tip, but is it okay not to tip?
Yeah, I think it's fine not to tip.
All right.
Yeah, if they're being a jackass for whatever reason.
Yeah, for whatever reason, right?
I will always. I've always tipped because I've never had that problem.
Yeah, I've never had service where I'm like, God,
No,
never like that. And I feel like I feel like very easy to wait on.
I'm a patient person when it comes to my.
Super patient, and most of the time, look, I'm not going out to we're going out to eat. Like, it's going to be a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
So I'm not in a rush anyway. I want to enjoy the evening. You know what I mean? I want to enjoy the company. I want to have nice conversation.
You're not at a fast food joint trying to get your shit quick.
No. So I'm not worried about how quickly it does come out.
Now, if it takes an hour and a half...
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
Then you're going to start popping questions.
Right, but the other part is like not filling up water, let's say, rather quickly.
Or just not showing your face for 30 minutes.
Or not showing your face. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't show up for 30 minutes?
Right. I mean, so... But I always... My position is... This person, this is their livelihood too. Now, we can make the argument they should do a better job. I get it.
I don't even care about that. I don't care about that.
Okay.
Doing a better job, maybe some are going to be better than others.
For sure.
In everything.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe we got the worst waiter, but he's still trying his best.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I know.
I'm cool with that.
Right. At the end of the day, I usually tip regardless, and regardless of how good it is. And I don't think that necessarily is the best thing. Maybe the tip should be more reflective on the service.
It is.
I always do 20+%.
I will do 20% if it's bad.
I do across the board 20
No, if they
or
go,
more.
if I see them like trying hard and going above and beyond, I'm doing more than 20%.
For sure, I am too. But yeah, but then do you worry about enabling someone by rewarding them
I don't give a fuck about that shit.
if they're bad?
No, because maybe you're just trying to. I would like say something.
Yeah,
I would be like, hey.
Yeah, usually I don't say
better
anything.
luck next time, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Or like, hey, thanks for trying,
All right,
or
fair
whatever.
enough.
Or you just flat out like, come on, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Get together, bro.
I got you, buddy.
Get together. You know what I mean?
I
Get
hear you.
shit together.
All right.
By the way, shout out to Bobby.
Yeah, thank you, Bobby, for the smoker. All right, let's transition, switch gears. You wanted to talk about some of these videos.
We're gonna get a little deep.
All right, let's get some.
A little deep. We're gonna go over
depth,
some quotes, and we're gonna talk about this shit.
All right, let's do it, buddy.
You know what I mean? Because
give it to me, pal.
That's
what we're gonna do as a wrap up episode.
and some of them I will play the video first so you can hear it.
Okay.
I gotta turn the volume up. So this is a video I actually found today.
All right.
And we'll talk about this. And there's a bunch more.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
What if it can turn out better than you can imagine?
Second question, what's the worst advice you've ever received?
Be realistic.
Be realistic.
Dude, I think about that a lot.
The worst advice you ever heard. Be realistic.
Right, because when someone says that, they're putting a limitation.
They're telling you can't do whatever you're trying to do.
Right, or there's been a limit to them, so they're trying to limit you in saying that.
Whether it's fear-based or they just don't want you to succeed because those people are out there.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, I mean, your mentality says a lot. And your mentality can definitely propel you in a certain direction. And words can propel you in a certain direction.
Saying being realistic to somebody is like a dream crusher for some people.
For some people, it
like
is,
some people, nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like you got to go after it.
Yeah.
You got to go after it.
Yeah.
Like if you fail, you fail.
Yeah. But, right. If you fail, you fail. But at the end of the day, at least you
reach for the stars. Like the unthinkable. Like I'm dead ass serious, bro. Like the unthinkable. You want to reach for the unthinkable.
Yeah.
Like why not?
Well, why not? Because at the end of the day, all paths lead to the 6 foot under destination.
And it
so you
might
might as well
take
try.
you in directions you never knew existed.
Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Let's do another one.
That shit be realistic. I want to punch somebody when I hear that shit.
Once I started realizing that a lot of the shit that I was trying to get after, and there's the North Star, there's that thing, whatever it is, it's always there. But really, the shit that matters most is the stuff that's right here.
Yeah,
Like right in front of us.
Yes.
You know, this thing, life, family, loved one, kid, whatever it is, job even, you know.
And sometimes if you concentrate on the North Star too much, you don't even enjoy it.
That's right.
You don't even enjoy the whole experience.
Of being present.
Yeah, of enjoying the ride.
But once I started realizing a lot of the shit.
What do you think about that?
So a couple things, right? I mean, the idea, and so that was The Rock there.
And Joe Rogan, yeah.
Yeah. The idea behind that is, we're always constantly focusing on the future, maybe certain goals, aspirations, whatever it is. And sometimes we miss, what's really the most important thing at the end of it all, which is friends, family, loved ones, all that sort of stuff, right? Because if everything was taken away from you, what is the most important thing?
Family.
Yeah, for sure.
You lose your health. Where are you running?
Nowhere, right?
You're going home. You're looking for family, loved ones.
Your loved ones are
Money doesn't
right?
matter anymore at that point.
No.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the other part to this, and to be a little bit counter, is yes, we should focus on what's in front of us, but we also need to focus on the future too.
You can look towards the future, but you can't lose sight of what's in front of you. You
No.
can't lose the moment. You're losing the moment.
Right. Good analogy though. I forget where I heard this, but it was like when you're driving down the road, what car do you focus on?
I'm cars ahead.
But do you never look at the car in front of you?
I do.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
You look at the car. You look at them
All the time.
right? So the idea of, and this is where I think things can get a little bit bastardized, which is the idea of like, gotta live in the moment, gotta live in the moment, gotta live in the moment. And yes, we do have to take time to live in the moment. We absolutely do. But we also...
It could be extreme either way. There's got to be a balance.
It can be extreme and it
either
needs to be
way is
balanced.
bad.
And the other part to this, though, is some people, it's not extreme to them. They might be very, very future-driven, and that's not extreme to them, and they're fine that way.
That's their prerogative. Like, that's cool.
But then we have other people that also say, hey, you got to live in the moment.
You got to live in the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I do live in the moment for this individual, let's say, right? Like we this is putting limitations on other people to a degree, right?
Everybody's going to do it
But at the end of the
differently.
day, there has to be some type of balance, So I always think about, again, the car analogy. You focus on both. You focus on
it's easy.
what's right in front of
It's
you,
easy.
but you also need to focus on
It's
what's down
easy
the
to
road.
just keep moving forward and focusing on what's next. And like,
Yes.
and just like and it happens to everyone all
It
the
does.
time. Like
It does, bud.
By the end of the day, it's midnight already, and you're like, damn, the day's over.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you might go to bed at midnight. I go to bed at a normal time.
Normal time is like 10, 11. You go to bed extra early.
I go to bed at usually 8, 9 o'clock.
Extra early. Nobody goes to bed at 8, 9 o'clock.
I get up early, dude.
So I get up earlier than you.
What time you get up?
5 o'clock, 5:30.
I get up at 5.
Okay, same time.
Don't tell me you get up earlier than me. You got up at 5:30. You said.
You go to bed at 8 o'clock at night.
Damn right, I get enough sleep. This is why you look like a freaking vampire.
I'm also 20 years older than you. See what you look like in 20 years.
Yeah.
If you even make it. If you even make it.
But that is the truth, my friend. That is the
Something
truth.
psychologists discovered in the last 20 years. There is no technical difference between thinking about yourself and being miserable. Those are the same thing. And you know that too, right? And that's what's happening to the young people that we see who are adrift. They're taught to be nothing but self-conscious, to do nothing but think about their immediate needs, to refer to themselves as the locus of all things. And there's nothing you could do that would make them more miserable. And you want to be outside yourself, serving a higher purpose, and maybe you're cynical about that, but why do you bring a fork to the table? Well, so that you can put a plate beside it. And why do you put a plate at the table? And it's so that you can set the table to serve your family, to share food, to bring together the people you love in something approximating harmony as a microcosm of the entire cosmic order. And you can replicate that at every level of complexity, all the way up to what's at the pinnacle. And we've forgotten all of that. And as a consequence of forgetting that, we've forgotten the responsibility that we need to bear in our life to make our lives bearable. And we've forgotten the meaning and the adventure and the purpose and the significance and the earned self-regard that goes along with that sacrificial attitude. And we've forgotten to tell our children the same thing. And we could remember who we are. Here's something psychologists.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. All right. So what Jordan Peterson is saying, and to me is that we've gotten to a point where we constantly are basically putting ourselves at the center of the universe and center of the world, and constantly being aware of oftentimes our own idiosyncrasies and flaws and bad habits, and rather than looking at the external a little bit, loved ones, goals, dreams, aspirations, and really at the end of the day, being able to sacrifice some parts of yourself for others, for the benefit of others. When in reality, all we do in today is just be very self-centered. That's kind of what I was getting out of it.
It is easy to be self-centered.
It is. It is easy to think you are the center of the universe. And especially, I think, at the point at which we are technologically, as a society, where everything, and this is why I hate posting. This is why I don't like social media, because I don't. It's everybody's like, it's about me. Look at me, 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 look at me. And it's like, but life's not about you.
It is to them. To each individual, it is.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, but that's what he's talking about.
Well,
It's not about you per se. Like, be willing to be able to sacrifice some parts of your life for the good of really what's important, your friends, your family, some sort of higher power.
Sometimes it takes people a lot of time to realize that.
Yeah, but I don't know if we're at a point where we do realize that anymore because of the technology that we have at our fingertips, where it is all about me all the time. And that's what people think is important. I was listening to something, we might have talked about this on a podcast a couple weeks ago, but I was listening to something like the idea that one of the top 20 jobs with the next generation is like social media
Content creator.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, I can see that's a new entrepreneurial endeavor, but what does that lead to in certain areas? Well, what it can lead to is more self-centeredness rather than be willing to be more selfless. We're doing it right now, dude.
We're doing it, yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's kind of what he was saying.
True. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Next one.
Man, you're agreeing with me a lot.
We've talked about this before.
That implies I should be ready to threaten someone, to hurt somebody.
No, you should be capable of it. But that doesn't mean you should use it. There's nothing to you otherwise. Like, if you're not a formidable force, there's no morality in your self-control. If you're incapable of violence, not being violent isn't a virtue. People who teach martial arts know this full well, right? If you learn a martial art, you learn to be dangerous, but simultaneously you learn to control it. Both of those come together. And the combination of that capacity for danger and the capacity for control is what brings about the virtue. Otherwise, you confuse weakness with moral virtue. I'm harmless, therefore I'm good. It's like, no, that isn't how it works. That isn't how it works at all. If you're harmless, you're just weak. And if you're weak, you're not going to be good. You can't be, because it takes strength to be good. It's very difficult to be good.
Saying men.
Fucking love that.
Yeah, right, because, I mean, let's just use general weakness, right? Because there's many areas that we could talk about. But what being weak creates is a sense of anxiety, I feel like. Whereas doing hard physical things kind of releases a lot of that anxiety. Being dangerous, as what Jordan Peterson is saying here again, is not necessarily going out and being violent, being able to control that,
prepared.
but having that level of preparedness, number one. But also, because you have that level of preparedness, it creates less anxiety in the individual, and
there's no anxiety,
and arguably creates more humility, because that individual probably got their ass kicked many, many times
just
over
to get to that level.
Just to get to that level. So it creates even more humility, a kinder individual, because they are, they're not anxious about the world around them, whereas a weak individual tends to be a little bit more anxious about the world around them because they're incapable.
Scared always.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
how am I going to survive if this goes down or if that goes down?
Right. And oh man, that's an interesting thought, because you see this a lot in our society. I would argue there's a lot of weakness, physical weakness in our society, maybe emotional weakness. Everything has to be sanitized and nice. And okay, I can see some of the value to that, but there is more value into being mentally tough, physically tough. And so what I think, because there's a lot of weakness in our society, the individuals that are buying into that recognize the weakness and inferiority in themselves. And then when they recognize a maybe superiority or a toughness in another individual, they project onto that individual as that is evil, that is dangerous, that is nasty, and they try to drag that person down to the weak level.
It's very basic. It's really like there's a fucking great quote, which I'm sure you've heard, and it says, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm a warrior in the garden, all right, I'll learn how to garden, I'll do my thing, but I'm still good. But if anything goes down,
I'm capable.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But a gardener in a war,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah. Arguably, yes. Yeah.
It's really that simple. You got to be prepared.
You have to be, but what I'm saying is going a little bit deeper and thinking like of what kind of psyche that creates in
It takes
society.
mental toughness, man. You need mental toughness to do it.
And then when you are mentally tough and
Changes
physically
everything.
tough, it does release this level of anxiety because you are capable.
Oh, you're stress free just from getting to that point.
And again, it creates a nicer society because you're kinder to other people because you don't have all this fear built up
Or
inside
anxiety,
you, or
or
anxiety, or whatever it
yeah.
is. And you're kinder, you're nicer, you're more gentle to others.
It leads to just benefits everywhere.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. But that's it. That's the last one we're going to do
Okay.
for
all right.
2023.
Cool, man. Do we have any words of wisdom? I don't know if we have any words of wisdom
Nah.
because we just kind of talked a little bit about wisdom.
Just
there.
be better.
Yeah. Anyways, everybody, we hope you have a fantastic 2024. Drop some comments below. Let us know some of your New Year's resolutions if you have any. Do you do any New Year's resolutions, dude?
Nope.
No.
I don't fuck with that shit.
No,
Got
we
time
don't.
for that.
I don't ever call it resolutions, but Scott and I
I got goals.
Yeah, we always take time to sit back and reflect on things that we want to challenge ourselves with, or things that we need to work on from a personality standpoint, whatever it is. So
Stop being a dick.
yeah, I'm trying to, but
Yeah. I got goals. I got goals.
yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do, my man. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for listening and watching. We love yous, and we'll see you next year.
Deuces.